Boker Tov, Bezrat Hashem, we are doing Bekiim Bahalacha 35. So we were learning about that if a person, or in a case where the fast of Tisha B'Av is on Sunday, whether it's on Sunday because the fast is actually on a Sunday, or whether it got pushed off from Shabbat to Sunday. So we were talking about the Sudat Shrishit being the Sudat HaMafseket. Chavav 26. ואף בסעודה שלישית, אם רגיל לסעוד עם חבריו ומיודעיו בשמחה, יעשה כמנהגו. If during Suda Shlishit throughout the year, he has the custom to sit and to be with friends and to have a whole gathering during Suda Shlishit, even on this Shabbat he can do so. ולא ישב בדאבון נפש, and he shouldn't sit alone and be like all depressed. וגם מותר לו לשורר שירות וזמירות בסעודה שלישית. He can even sing songs during סעודה שלישית. ואף אם אינו רגיל כן בכל שבת, even if he doesn't have the custom to do so every Shabbat, מותר, it's going to still be permitted, כיוון שהוא לכבוד שבת, since this is going to be לכבוד שבת. 27. מקום שנהגו שלא לאכול בשר בתשעה באב שחל בשבת, בסעודת המפסקת. A place that has the minhag that they don't want to eat basar on Tisha B'Av that falls out on Sudat Tisha B'Av that falls on Shabbat by Sudat Shlishit, during the Sudat Mafseket. Hu minhag ta'ut. It's a minhag ta'ut. ויש לבטלו, you should cancel this מנהג. כיוון שרבים אסורים להימנע מאכילת בשר בשבת משום האבן, because the many have there's many poskim that say it's asur to not eat meat on this Shabbat, the entire Shabbat, because of Even. Why? Because you have to benefit from Shabbat, and you cannot show signs of mourning on Shabbat. ואינם צריכים לעשות התרת נדרים, and the people that had this custom to not eat meat during the Shabbat that's right before Tisha B'Av don't even have to do hatarat nedarim to cancel their minhag. Ela yismechu al nusach hatarat nedarim shebe'erev Shabbat. Rather, they can rely on the hatarat nedarim that they do on erev Rosh Hashanah. Okay. Siman Tav Kuf Nun Gimel. Techilat Zman Natani. Tisha B'Av lelo. The night of Tisha B'Av is exactly the same like the day of Tisha B'Av for all purposes. You can only eat while it's still day. And ben hashmashot, meaning right after Shkia, is going to be asur. Ki Yom HaKippurim, just like Yom Kippur. Halacha bet. אף על פי שסיים לאכול סעודת המפסקת בערב תשעה באב, ובירך ברכת המזון. Even if a person ate already סעודת המפסקת ערב תשעה באב, and he made ברכת המזון, מותר לו לחזור ולאכול, he can still continue eating. ואפילו אם קיבל בליבו התענית, even if he accepted upon himself the fast in his heart. אין קבלתו כלום, his acceptance is not considered like anything. אלא אם כן קיבל עליו בפירוש, והוציא בשפתיו, unless he actually physically said it. מפני שאין דין תוספת לתענית תשעה באב, because there's no din, there's no halacha of that you should add on to תשעה באב. שלא אסרו אלא בין השמשות שלו. The only thing that they didn't allow was during בין השמשות. ותו לא מידי and nothing else. ומכל מקום צריך להפסיק סעודתו כמה דקות קודם שקיעת החמה, but however he still must stop his meal a few minutes before שקיעה so that he doesn't Chaz v'shalom overlap. 170. This last sentence does not contradict the previous ruling. The fact that one must stop eating a minute or two before sunset is not in order to add to the fast. The fast begins automatically at the moment of sunset. The reason for stopping a minute or two earlier is simply because it is impossible to ascertain the exact moment of sunset. Maran Rishon LeZion used a similar explanation for the meaning of the Tosafot. Halacha Gimel. If a person accepted upon himself explicitly the fast with words, like we said, and then after he felt he's very thirsty, he can do hatarat nedarim on his kabbalah, on his acceptance of the fast, in front of three people. After he can eat and drink as he wishes. 171. This declaration is no worse than any other vow, and therefore it can be nullified through hatarat nedarim. Likewise, someone who accepted the sanctity of Shabbat upon himself before sunset, and then found it necessary to perform an act of melacha may make hatarat nedarim, and absolve his act of accepting Shabbat, as the Levush ruled in Siman 263. See Chazon Ovadia. Three people. You can gather any three people. So let's say you want not this year, or yeah, technically no, this year it's a problem because we don't do it on Shabbat. But let's say a regular year, a person, he comes and he accepted upon himself the fast 10 minutes early, so he can come to shul 5 minutes early and be prepared for the fast. So he comes to shul 5 minutes early, and all of a sudden he's super thirsty. Okay, he can't drink. He accepted upon himself the fast. What does he do? He takes three people. He tells them, "Listen, I accepted upon myself the fast. Want to do atarat netarim? Mutarim lachem, mutarim lachem, mutarim lachem. Go ahead, drink, and then make sure that again you stop a minute or two before the fast." Halacha dalet. Im siem sudat hamafseket be'erev Tisha B'Av. If a person finishes sudat hamafseket erev Tisha B'Av, v'lo yispik livarach birkat hamazon ad shechashechad lebelel Tisha B'Av, and then he wasn't able to do birkat hamazon before Shkia. Lo yomar nachem. He should not say nachem in the birkat hamazon of Tisha B'Av, in the birkat hamazon that he's doing in Tisha B'Av. She'en azkarat leTisha B'Av birkat hamazon, because there's nothing that we're supposed to add in birkat hamazon during Tisha B'Av. Even for someone that is allowed to eat on Tisha B'Av, there's nothing that they should add, unlike by Yom Kippur. ואלה כמן סימן תקנ"ד הלכה כ'. יש לחלוץ הנעליים קודם בין השמשות של תשעה באב. A person has to take off his shoes, his leather shoes, before בין השמשות of תשעה באב. וראה לכמן סימן תקנ"ו הלכה ב' זמן חליצת הנעליים במוצאי שבת שהוא ליל התענית. And you have to, he said we're going to look at סימן תקנ"ו to know when we have to take off our shoes for the fast, when the fast is going to be Motza'ei Shabbat. Amen ve'amen.